the next time by. Work continues on Crafton's truck. They get the right sides and a bit of a hang-up on the right rear. And here comes your leader, Kyle Busch, on his way. Now, Kyle has pit stall number 1. He'll come all the way down. The guys are ready. Eric Phillips telling him they will make another slight air pressure adjustment to try to help him roll through the center. On the brakes, guys go to work on the right front. Got the lug nuts off already for Kyle Busch. Dollar General on his Toyota this week. Almost got hung up in the air hose. Around to the left side. Work continues. The gas goes in on the backside. They're going to pull a tear off the windshield. And a little bit of a hang up. Getting all that fuel in. Go. Kyle off pit road. Here comes Harvick and the 17, Adam.
And the problems for Kyle Busch will open the door for Timothy Peters. No adjustments here. He was fantastic as that run continued. His stop coming at lap 99. 51 laps to go. They would be good to go the distance from here. Right side tires are on. The lefts will go on as well. And they will pack it full of fuel, Ray.
Way too loose for Kevin Harvick. It got worse on the run all throughout there. They're going to put the wedge back that they made on the first change on lap number 33, and you see Charter Chevrolet rolls off pit road. They get those adjustments made. Back to Adam on the 30.
Todd Bodine was the leader, but he gave it up to come to pit road. His stop coming at lap 100. He goes deeper into the run than anyone else. That's an indication of just how good his truck is in the fuel mileage category. They're trying to loosen him up. It really got tight as the run continued. Smooth service on the right side for Bodine. The same on the left side. And the 30 pulls away. His service is complete.
Well, they're packing all the fuel in here on the number 51 down on my end. And as you said, Adam, these guys thinking if they get enough fuel here, they're good to go. We may not have another round of pit stops. They get the right sides done. Was a little bit of a air pressure adjustment on the left sides here for the number 51 of Eric Almirola. Good stop. He'll roll off. Almirola back to the racetrack.
Yeah, guys, we're in our window right now. Kyle Busch is back to the lead, but we've completed 100 laps. We know they can run at least 50 laps. They ran about 65 on that last little run there, so no more caution flags, no more pit stops.
You know, and the difference in the gap, Kyle Busch has got a huge lead now. And the difference in where Kyle is on the racetrack and where Timothy Peters, Harvick, and those guys are, you've got to think, Phil, maybe he got in the pits a little bit harder, maybe off pit road a little bit better, because there wasn't that much difference in the stops. It didn't look like no one really had any big problems. Kyle Busch even struggled a little bit at the end of his stop getting gas, but when pitting was all said and done, he took advantage of getting to pit road and getting off pit road better than the rest.
You know, Timothy Peters was the big loser on that. He comes now by about 8.5 seconds behind in 5th position. Kevin Harvick is now 5 seconds behind in 2nd position, and that's pretty close to where he was when they started the round of pit stops. So he looked like he held serve, and that moved him up to the 2nd position.
And you know, a lot of times the driver will want to wait a lap because the crew will call him in, and maybe there's some traffic getting onto pit road, and you want to make sure you get all you can getting to that yellow line where you see the yellow line right there at the end of pit road with the cone. That's exactly where you want to run as fast as you can to, but you can't go past that line too fast or you'll get penalized. So these guys are trying to get all they can getting onto pit road, and Kyle Busch did a better job.
In the Camping World Truck Series, because of the shorter races, it's very, well, it's very odd to see green flag pit stops. You just don't see it. It's very rare. And in this situation, it's even more rare to not have any violations taking place on pit road during those pit stops. But NASCAR said no problems.
Everybody clean.
To that round of pit stops. So an impressive run for the Camping World Truck Series. The green flag pit stops.
You know, during practice this afternoon, you need to have your driver haul the mail the best he can to the entrance of pit road so he can get used to that in case it does happen. And maybe some inexperience from these guys not doing that led to them not getting onto pit road as well as they should have. But that's something that the team and the driver need to practice during practice.
7-second lead for Kyle Busch over Kevin Harvick. Harvick coming into this race trying to make it 5 wins in a row. Kyle Busch could be the big spoiler tonight. Coverage of the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series on Speed is brought to you by Honda Generators. The power of choice. By Camping World. The Camping World Destination Recreation Sweepstakes is back and better than ever. We're offering more prizes and more chances to win this year. Log on to campingworld.com and enter today. And by Verizon, the network with the most 3G coverage.
Stacey Compton's back on the lead lap, Phil.
Guys, we only have 9 drivers on the lead lap right now. What a torrid pace Kyle Busch has set.
We're under our second caution. It's because the 51 of Eric Almirola came out of turn number 4, got sideways. He's saying he had a low rear tire, and he wasn't sure which one, left or right.
They sent him down through the grass, though.
Check out how high he is.
Into the infield grass. That brings out our second caution of the night.
How'd you like to be sideways, 140 mile, 30 or 40 miles an hour heading for the grass? He does a nice job of not only saving the truck from a crash, but kept it on the lead lap, got to pit road, got him some fresh tires, and he's ready to go.
Yeah, the key was he got to the start finish line before our leader, Kyle Busch, and there's our Aaron's lucky dog right there, Stacey Compton.
Stacey Compton grabs a lap back, and we will have 9 on the lead lap when we return. And welcome back to the Nashville 200. We have completed 109 of the scheduled 150 laps from Nashville Superspeedway under the lights on the 1 1/3 concrete tri-oval. Let's go back trackside and Ray Dunlap.
Well, Rick, we talk about getting that Gibson guitar when you go to Victory Lane. All the drivers want that, but check this out. Rick Wren, the winningest crew chief in Camping World Truck Series history, got this today from Sam Bass and the folks from Gibson. Absolutely beautiful piece. Show them the sides here, Rick. They got a lot of writing around here. All of his accolades. Unbelievable. Absolutely beautiful piece. And the thing is, Rick, I don't think you know how to play that, do you?
I don't have a clue.
I know his wife Joanne plays a little bit, so maybe she can teach him. But that one's going to be pretty nice for the trophy case out at the Wren House.
Yeah, that again, I think is a trophy. I don't know if you ever have to play that. That goes up on the wall, and you never have to touch the strings. About to go back to green in the air. Kyle Busch just in front of Kevin Harvick. The best opportunity Harvick has had to take over the lead. Let's see if he can do it here on the first lap. Adam Alexander.
And you see Todd Bodine in this mix right before the green flag went back in the air, Rick. He came on the radio and said, I think I have a flat tire. Then he came back and said, no, the tire is okay. We'll certainly keep our eye on Todd Bodine as this run continues. He was the point leader entering last week at Martinsville. That didn't go so well. We hope he can avoid disaster again here tonight.
Adam on lap 107, Matt Crafton came down the pit road right before we went back to green here, said he had a terrible vibration, so they changed another 4 tires on that 88. He just lost his position on the racetrack, still in the top 5, but with brand new tires on after pitting for a 3rd time.
I said on the first lap of the restart, Kevin Harvick's best chance, he wasn't even close. 0.6 of a second he lost to Kyle Busch just on the restart. That's how good Kyle Busch is right now.
What about these 2 stars that have emerged at the top of the chart? Kyle Busch leading Kevin Harvick, 2 guys that I think everybody in that garage area thought you were going to have to beat to win this race tonight. And sure enough, right now, they're 1 and 2. But Timothy Peters has been as strong as they've been all night. He's working his way around Matt Crafton.
Timothy Peters earlier led 17 laps. Now it's back in the hands of the 18 of Kyle Busch. He's led 93 laps and continues to add to those laps led.
You know, Phil, we talked about Harvick's truck being a little bit loose, and it's going to be looser on those fresh tires. But if that thing comes in like it did on that last run, then he's going to be just fine. He was running the fastest lap times on the track when the caution flew, so, or just before they made that last round of pit stop. So he's got a really fast truck. He might just need to be patient for 5, 6, 8, 10 laps here till that thing gets up under him a little bit better and he can go get Kyle Busch.
And remember, those tires that he has on the truck right now have cycled because he pitted on lap number 100, and then we had a caution just a few laps after that, and he stayed out on the racetrack. So he's got a bit of a heat cycle on those tires too.
You got to figure he's pretty confident right now, knowing what he's got in the long run. Certainly could come down to a situation where we have a caution with 10 or 12 laps to go. Then he'll have some concerns. What does he do to us? Does he pit and get new tires? And if he does, what does he do for an adjustment?
That's a good question. If we do get a caution late in this race, do tires mean that much to the guys up front that they would give up track position.
The thing you have to remember, when we only have 9 trucks on the lead lap right now, we would get a lucky dog, so we would probably have 10 trucks on the lead lap. So it's not like a lot of places like at Martinsville where you have 26, 28 trucks on the lead lap.
But let me tell you, the world changed last week at Martinsville.
It sure did.
The dude restarted 9th with 4 to go, and he won the darn race at Martinsville. So the double file restart that we have here at Nashville, anything can happen late in the going with a